1,000 years, that is how long it takes for one e-cigarette to decompose. Vaping, still at epidemic levels with about 40 million vapors across the world in 2021, also presents major environmental concerns. Popular e-cigarette brands like Juul are pod-based with single-use plastic cartridges containing nicotine. Generating even more waste are disposable e-cigarettes like Puff Bar, which are designed entirely for one-time use. These devices skyrocketed in popularity with a 1,000% increase in 2019, shortly after fruit-flavored nicotine pods were banned for reusable cartridges.
I started smoking vapes around sophomore year of high school, and I started with Juul because they had all these fruit flavors, which were great, like mango. But then they switched to only allowing tobacco, which I was not going to smoke tobacco. So I switched to these disposable ones, which I know are so much worse for the environment, but they're my only option if I want to keep vaping.
With a 400% increase in retail e-cigarette sales since 2015, 51% of young e-cigarette users reported improperly disposing of e-cigarette pods in a trash can, and almost 70% of young people don't know how to dispose of their one-time use cartridges. Their actions should come as no surprise as e-cigarette manufacturers fail to provide consumers with proper disposal guidance on packaging.
I just find it really frustrating that these vape brands don't really tell you whether or not these pods are just how to dispose of them or whether they're recyclable or not. And as someone who vapes and I care about the climate and the environment, it just puts me in a hard position. I've decided to stick to the tobacco Juul pods because they're more environmentally conscious than the disposable brands.
Each of these disposable vape cartridges take 1,000 years to decompose, and unlike cigarette butts, e-cigarette waste won't biodegrade even under the most severe conditions. Vapes left on the street will eventually break down into microplastics and chemicals, flowing into storm drains, polluting waterways, and harming wildlife. I sat down with Truth Initiative liaison Haley Cassidy to further discuss these implications.
The mission of the Truth Initiative is to prevent youth from vaping in the first place, but we also have to educate those who still choose to vape on the environmental effects that it's having. So people are throwing their vapes on the road, in their yards, in landfills, wherever. And since there isn't any recycling initiatives for vapes, the heavy metals from them are leaking into the ground, and back into our water system. So we're actually ingesting those metals as well as ingesting the nicotine that remains in the cartridge.
Since most vape packaging doesn't provide proper disposal instruction, many are left to wonder what the best solution is. Right now, experts say our best option is to put our used vapes into a container and at the end of each month bring into the waste management facility to dispose in the hazardous materials bin. For more information, please visit truthinitiative.org. Reporting from Washington, D.C., I'm Patrick McGuire.